Hey everyone, how's it going? I thought today that I would make a YouTube video on how to handle your snakes, particularly ball pythons in this video, but it works for most snakes. First of all, I'd like to say that snakes are not dogs or cats. They don't really act the same way. They don't have the same mentality. They're also not people. Like, we want to be socialized and have big fresh air and big open skies and big open spaces, and that's how we feel at ease and comfortable. But snakes are a little bit different. They, even your dog, like, it could be, some people's pet dogs are real aggressive when it comes to food, and they just can't snap out of it. Like, their eyes or just change. You can tell it's a different dog when it's around food. Well, snakes, they kind of are constantly in that state. Well, they have three of them, or four. They have a sleeping state where they're asleep, and they're just curled up sleeping, but you can't tell because they don't have any eyelids. They have a feeding mode where they're aggressively, quote unquote, aggressively coming at you. And then they have a defensive mode, like where they're come back and they're like curled up, kind of. It's almost like feeding mode, but they're more withdrawn. They're trying to get away from you and defend themselves at the same time. And then ball pythons, the fourth one, is actually also another defensive mode. Is the reason why they're called ball pythons is because they ball up and actually into a solid ball. But I'll show you like some the tools you can use and everything else to help you out if you have a snake. But say when you reach your hand into your enclosure, it strikes at you and you're scared to pick it up. I can show you exactly what to do and how to take care of that. And we'll be getting to that shortly. Hope you enjoy. Okay, here I am up in my snake room, and as you can see, I have a snake hook. You can use this. I got this for like probably $10 at my Reptile Expo. It's literally like a golf club with a hook glued onto the end of it. It's nice. I got some from Midwest Tongs downstairs that I also really like, but this one, cheap. Picked it up at the Reptile Expo. Got a nice rubber handle, nice grip, everything. Good to go. Put that right there. I also got this at the Reptile Expo. I got the rubber tongue tips on there, so if you're feeding frozen thaw to your snakes and they happen to bite this, you don't have to worry about them breaking their teeth or anything. Of the nice rubber grips. And also, it's a nice thing that you could actually touch their head with, that nice soft rubber. You don't have to worry about it like hurting them or anything like that. And they're pretty nice. This I got at the dollar store for $1. It came in a roll of them. It works great. What you can do, you open up your little thing and see, like I said, she's kind of in a food mode. She's coming towards me, her head's out. Not particularly. This girl's pretty relaxed. I must say, none of these animals are quote unquote aggressive. They're all just babies. They don't know any better. I don't really handle them that much because, I breed them. I have a bunch. I don't have time to spend hours with them every day or minutes with them every day and handle them all. But you can see her head's coming out right up there. All I have to do is lightly touch her. See, she goes in, backs up, goes away. Now she's in a defensive mode, alright? She's trying to hide herself. And all I have to do is come in behind her and scoop her up, pick her up. And she's good to go. You won't bite me. You see this one, she's actually more relaxed. Her body's like kind of loose. Like, I don't know, like she's not really like rigid. I can just feel that she's not tense. This is actually my female calico pastel yellow belly, and she is beautiful. But that's one way to handle your snakes. Just the paper towel roll, give them a little boop on the old head, they curl up and they're free to go. I'll clean out her thing, give her some fresh water, and I'll be back and show you the next one. Okay, here's her nice fresh hide, some high quality H2O. I use Reptile Prime bedding. Please sponsor me. I have 200,000, actually 20 followers. Really get your name out there. But yeah, that's the bedding I use. I really like it. It's good. It's just fine. Doesn't have any of the big, huge chunks. And I'll show you. It's actually one reason why I'm replacing it. This girl, she's on those big chunks, and then they get in the water and they stain it all brown. I just hate it. So, switching over to this. Anyhow, so you can see I already got her out. You can see she's not coiled up. She's not defensive. She's not striking. She's just exploring, you know, being a good girl. So I just reach in, pick her up. You know, she's a little stiff, but not, you know, she's drooping down. If her tail was like sticking straight out basically, and her like body was sticking straight out there across my fingers, she'd be real tense. This girl is pretty relaxed. Really nice girl. Really beautiful girl. I'm gonna take her over here, put her back in her cage, and shut it. The more I handle her, the more comfortable with me she gets, the more calmer she gets, the more every experience is like that last one where I take her out of that cage and put her into there. If I had to handle her every single day, I could take her out of this cage and handle her the exact same way as I'm taking her out of that cage, because she's expecting me to handle her. But seeing as how all I do is mostly clean them and feed them because I breed snakes, I don't really have time to do that. But if you have a pet snake, you know, you spend 5-10 minutes with a day handling it, cleaning it, you know, cuddling with it, they become really nice, game animals. But it's not really the fact that they're cuddly and love you, like some people say. I think they actually can grow to, like not necessarily love or care for you, but really comfortable with you and actually really used to you and actually start to like the interactions with you and your body heat and everything else. But anyhow, we'll go to another girl. This girl right here, as you can see, she is highly food motivated. Like, her head is sticking out. You can see she's even like pulsating. She's so ready to strike. Her head's even like lifting up off the ground more and more. All I have to do is take my little red tweezers, boop her on the head. She goes. Even if I don't really want to hold her because I'm scared, I can use my little red tweezers like this and pick her up. And I can take her over here and put her in there. Now, do I have to do that? No. Is she really that bad? No. She's just a little bit defensive. But see how her body's so stiff that she's staying straight out? She is really not like liking people. Like, she hasn't been handled a whole lot. She came from a big breeder. Actually, Matt from Olympus Reptiles. He's a cop full-time. You know, I have a full-time job. We just don't have time to handle them constantly. But, you know, they're not mean. They're not trying to kill you. They're not aggressive. They're scared and don't know what to do. But really simple. You see, she just tweaked. She didn't try to bite me. She just hit her head. That little jerk. A lot of people get scared when they do jerks like that and think they're attacking me. But really, no. She's just really scared and doesn't know what I'm doing. I'm a 6 foot. I'm a 6'5", 400 or 300 and some pound giant looming over that tiny little box right there. All right, like, if I were me, I'd be scared as hell too. You know, I'd be curling up into a ball scared. They're not mean. They're not trying out to get you, but they're just misunderstood animals, really. Anyhow, I'll clean her cage out and I'll show you putting her back. All right, here we are. Nice, clean, high quality H2O water bowl. Reptile Prime bedding, all cleaned out. Actually, what I switched from what these big old chunky stuff is right here is cocoa blocks. And I don't think I will ever use cocoa blocks again. But in case you're wondering what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to actually go put it in my garden area or anywhere on my ground that I need a little bit, you know, more grass or the whole, like, you know, dry dirt. I'm going to go put that in there and use it for fertilizer, basically. Anyhow, let's put this girl back in. She's actually been a little bit striking at things and making a liar out of me, but she's doing pretty good. Take her over here, put her in here. Good to go. You can see even like her body, how it's like raised up off the ground. She just is really not used to people. And that's her main. She'll get used to me. You know that? Or, you know, be careful with her and not let myself get bit. Anyhow, this guy right here, he's going to be getting an upgrade. He's just too big for this right now. See, he's already coming out. He's not aggressive at all either. But again, I got the snake hook out, so I'll show you what to do with that. You can stick it underneath here, about 2/3 of the way down the body, and pick him up. You see, he's holding on underneath the lip and everywhere he possibly can. There we go. Picked him up. Take him over here. Put him in this little guy. Try to get him off the snake hook. And there. I never had to handle him at all. So say he was a really terribly aggressive snake or whatever, and you didn't want to touch him at all. That's what you can do with a snake hook. But you know, this guy he's really not bad. He's actually a pretty decent guy. See? Not aggressive. He's not limp, or he's not stiff. He's really limp, loose in my hand. He's really just curious and checking out the area. And in case you're wondering, that black crap in his nose, that's from the bedding. If the camera will focus. Anyway, it's not focusing. But there. And that's from his bedding. And I really hate it. And also you can see like the stain on his tail there and all that crap from the bed. I'm not a fan of cocoa blocks anymore. Repti-Chip and Reptile Prime, I think, will be what I'm sticking with. Reptile Prime for my small snakes, like my hatchlings and everything. And you see, it just sits in there so nice. And it doesn't get in the water bowl hardly unless they really mess it up. It holds a lot of humidity. Like, you can like dump a gallon of water in that and it will soak it all up and still be dry on the top, so you don't have to, like, not really, but you can dump a lot of water in there and the snake will still be sitting on dry. That's why I love it. Versus this is cocoa blocks. They go through it, they pile it in the water bowl. I cleaned that water bowl out yesterday. This is one day. Oh, that's why I'm switching. Probably done, like, they're just huge, like these, like it's like a whole bark chip, you know. I got like massive hands. Like I said, I'm like 6'4", like 400 pounds. Like and I have bigger hands than anyone ever met, and these chips are just huge. Like, there's no reason for it. Like, they're like massively too big. It's like, and if like the snake would swallow that, like, what would happen for it? I don't know. Nope. Rambling. And anyhow, yes, I'm switching out for that. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's 3 different ways: the snake hook, the tongs, and the good old paper towel tube. Or you could just not be a wuss and stick your hand in there anyhow. I obviously like to use tools just mostly because the snake's teeth can break, and they can harm the snake. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you found this video useful, don't forget to comment and tell me how everything I said was wrong. And like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day. Just so you guys know I wasn't lying. There's his cage. Here's my V35 S tub. And there he is, all stretched out and having all kinds of room in it, just freshly upgraded. And this is my living room. Just built that. 3 dog cages. I don't think any of my dogs are up here at the moment. Oh, there's one. Anyway, Mike, where you go, buddy? Well, hopefully that whole entire wall and these walls will be snake wrecks before too long. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like. I already said that. Have a good one.